Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if it's your first time, then just welcome. It's Halloween! So I know we don't technically celebrate Halloween in South Africa, but I just decided to have some fun with my last video for October, so here we are. Okay, so let's start with, well, I was born on the 9th of February 1991 in a hospital called the Kempton Park Hospital. At that time it was called the Transvaal Hospital. It's in Birchley on the East Rand in Gauteng, South Africa. And I think that's probably why I've always had such a fascination with the hospital, because I was born there. The thing is, it is now known as a haunted hospital. It's like probably one of the most famous haunted places in South Africa. So that's why it's the perfect thing to be talking about for Halloween. So it was officially built and opened in 1978 in Birchley Kempton Park, and there are a lot of reports that say that this was at the time one of the best hospitals in our country. But then this very strange thing happened. So in 1996, the day after Christmas, so literally the 26th of December 1996, the hospital closed its doors and never opened them again. Literally all the patients that had been there had been transferred to other hospitals. Patients that came there were turned away. The nursing staff, the doctors, all the hospital staff left the hospital, closed it, and literally never returned. When I say literally never returned, I mean there is still millions of rands worth of equipment inside that hospital. There are neonatal incubators, there are x-ray machines, there are operating tables, there are filing cabinets full of confidential patient information. All the patients' files, everything is still inside there. There are obviously the beds and things that are in the wards and all of those things. It's just everything was just left there. A CT scan, all of those things. So I mean, that's insane. There's so many hospitals, especially state hospitals, that could have used any of this equipment and things that were left in the hospital throughout all these years still, especially with our healthcare struggling so much, the healthcare system that struggles so much in our country. So it's just odd why it was, the decision was made to literally just walk out and leave everything there like that for all these years. I mean, it's literally been 25 years and it's all still there. So it's really odd. Obviously, because of the strange way that it closed and everything, all these rumors have been started about the hospital over the years and just progressively piled on. So now a lot of people are saying the hospital is haunted, and they've seen things, they've heard things while in the hospital, or felt the presence of something. And so this motivates more and more people, invites more and more people to come to the hospital, which is technically private property and it is trespassing. But at this point, it's not even a thing. That there is security, which the taxpayers pay millions of rands a year for the security to patrol the hospital and the perimeter and all of that. But basically, you just bribe the security and they just let you into the hospital. And so at this point, it's actually just more dilapidated than anything else. There's graffiti all over the walls. There's things have been ripped off and ripped down and broken and smashed, and it's just completely a dilapidated building. Obviously on the inside from the visitors that have trashed it, but also on the outside. I mean, if a building is standing for 25 years without any maintenance, obviously at some point things are going to start cracking and falling apart and things like that or whatever. So according to the government, at this point, the reason why, especially now during when we were having COVID, obviously we lacked healthcare facilities at a stage, when it was the highest, and we had a lot of patients and many hospitals had to turn patients away. It started being questioned, what is going to happen with this hospital? Is it just going to stand there and dilapidate and get worse and worse until eventually it just, I don't know, falls in on itself, caves in on itself or something? And the government said that it's going to cost way too much at this point to fix that hospital again, to like get it back to working order. It would be better to just like bulldoze the building, like raise it to the ground kind of thing. They estimated it would be about 350 to 400 million rand to fix it, which I'm just like, okay, but we're paying millions of rands apparently a year for the security there, so I don't know if it would add up, or but anyway. I mean, do something though with the building, because now it's literally just been standing there for like 25 years, just rotting. So, but anyway, nobody has ever come forward and said what the reason was for it closing. There is no solid answer. None of the people that worked there have ever spoken. None of the healthcare people that were in charge at that time, the Department of Health, nobody has come forward and given a straight, proper answer for why it was literally just left like that and none of the equipment was ever removed. So I think that's one of the reasons why it attracts so many people, because it's just such a weird mystery. Like, what happened there? You know, it's so strange. Another interesting fact to know about the hospital is that there was quite a scandal that broke out at that hospital while it was obviously still running. There was a man named Dr. Andre Esterhazen who practiced there as a pediatrician from 1982 to 1990, and basically after many malpractice lawsuits and like parents complaining and a lot of dodgy and fishy things that seemed to be happening with him and his patients and stuff, it came out that this guy was not a doctor. This dude literally had grade 10. Like, he had only passed the 10th grade. He didn't even have matric. Didn't even finish school, didn't graduate, nothing. Literally had grade 10, but apparently was like genius level. His IQ is like over 123 or something like that when it was tested. So he's able to remember things really well. It's like a photographic memory type of thing. Anyway, so basically what he did was he just read a bunch of medical books, memorized everything in all his books, and then I guess forged some papers. I'm not really sure how this works, but anyway, forged some papers, made it seem like he was a qualified doctor, and just practiced at the hospital for 8 years. So that's pretty crazy. In March 1991, which is literally a month after I was born, just saying, he was arrested and obviously charged with, I'm not sure, like negligence and fraud and all of those things. Whew. My poster just fell off the wall and gave me a heart attack. Alrighty, just okay. Well, that's not creepy at all. I'm talking about some weird fake doctor from a creepy haunted hospital, and then things start falling off the wall. I'm not scared, you're scared. Anyway, so yes, as I was saying, he was arrested, and then basically, I think at some point he was obviously released from prison. It wasn't a life sentence or anything, and nobody has any idea where he is now. I sincerely hope he's not practicing anywhere. So yeah, that was just something to note, that it did have a bit of a dark history as well, the hospital. So yes, and then the disappointing part of this video, me and my younger brother and a group of our friends and actually went to the hospital in May of 2014. Was it April, May? I don't know, somewhere in the beginning of 2014. Anyway, we all went to the hospital one night. Some of my family were living close by there at the time, so we literally just like walked to the hospital, let ourselves in, walked around there a bit, took a ton of photos and whatever. We couldn't go into the theaters and because they're at the bottom and it was like flooded. That hospital, I guess it had been raining a lot because it was summer, and it had flooded up to like the staircase. So we literally like, it was pitch black obviously, and as we started stepping down the stairs, we just were like in water. So we were like, yeah, okay, obviously that's not gonna happen. So yeah, but it was interesting just to know that this is the place that I was born. Didn't see anything creepy, unfortunately. Sorry to burst your bubble, I don't know, maybe I'm just not, none of us, there were like about 12 of us, but anyway, none of us have the sixth sense or anything, but none of us saw anything creepy, heard anything creepy, felt anything creepy, until we ran into the security guards who gave us like a really big fright. But anyway, yeah, no, I don't know, there was nothing haunted about the place. It was just like obviously really trashy and like dirty and nasty in there. So but yeah, and there were other groups of people also kind of just wandering around taking photos and things like that. And the sad thing is, all the photos that I had of that night, are gone. Like, they've literally vanished. I've looked everywhere, on my laptops, cell phones, everything, blah blah blah. Can't find them. So, which kind of sucks because I wanted to put in a little photo of me, obviously, standing in the haunted hospital. So, I don't know if the fact that the photos disappeared is kind of spooky or just really bad luck, because I do tend to have bad luck. But anyway, so yeah, but maybe we'll go back again one day. I don't know, it was really fun and people are still going up to this day. I think there's even a group that kind of does tours where they like arrange for people to like meet up and then all go into the hospital or whatever. So just to go check it out. I don't know, it's just kind of fun. If the government isn't going to do anything about the building and it's like trashed at this point anyway, what difference does it make? Might as well just be one of the ones getting to check it out, I guess. So yeah, anyway, what do you guys think about it? I don't know, do you have any wild theories or fun theories or anything about what might have happened that made it suddenly like just close its doors and nobody ever returned and nobody ever spoke about it and everything just stayed there? I would love to know what you guys think happened. I just want to say, for anyone who's going to make funny jokes here, it's not because I was born there, because the hospital closed 5 years after I was born. So thank you. I'm just saying. I know my friends. So anyway, happy Halloween. I hope you guys have an awesome spooky weekend. Until next time, bye. So I don't really have any bloopers today. The poster falling off the wall and giving me a heart attack was basically it. I just wanted to show you guys the look that I was trying to emulate in this video. That's it. Happy Halloween!